Sunday morning breakfast on Cooking with Gerry. I have in the frying pan on a low heat about 3 tablespoons of water and 1 tablespoon of salted butter that has just come to a boil. So I'm going to add the ingredients. Here what I have is 2 kinds of raw peanuts that I soaked overnight. One kind is local, it has a light brown skin, and the other kind is from the coast, which has more of a desert climate. The skin is a darker brown, almost red. Here the climate is more like a rainforest. So these were soaked overnight, washed beforehand, soaked, and then I drained them and washed them again. They are going into the pan. I'll give that a quick stir. The soaking overnight, as far as I have read, it removes the lectin, which is a chemical that the plant produces as part of a self-defense mechanism. And the lectin can be damaging to the body, so part of the soaking does that. It also allows the nut to absorb. Well, it's not a nut, I think it's a legume. It allows the peanut to absorb some water and it becomes a bit crispier, crunchier. So that's going to cook, and here on my cutting board I have grated and peeled yuca, and the same but not peeled, a carrot and beetroot. I have been experimenting for the past few weeks not peeling certain vegetables. I wash them with a scouring sponge that I have only for my vegetables, because the skin of these vegetables I have read is beneficial for the body, except the yuca because it's more like the bark of a tree. I am not sure if the body can use that skin or outer layer of yuca. Yuca is a root vegetable, might be more specific to call it a tuber, and that's also very local to this rainforest tropical climate. So these are going in and they're going to cook for a little bit, and I am noticing that they are absorbing a lot of the water. Gives lots of nice color. The beetroot will eventually make the white yuca turn pink. I've learned recently a lot of these root vegetables, tubers, are really good for the intestinal health. The good bacteria, it's fuel for the good bacteria. And the stronger that your good bacteria are, the stronger your immune system will be, because a large percentage of the immune system is just outside the intestinal wall, which, if I understood correctly, is only 1 cell thick. So for overall health, it makes a lot of sense to keep that gut bacteria strong, happy, and healthy. And the raw food, excuse me, there's a bug. Raw food, or as much as possible raw, maintains a lot more of the nutrition than if you were to cook, and especially overcook, because the cooking does damage to the food, especially with a high heat. That's one reason I keep the heat low, and another reason why I put water in the frying pan, so it absorbs a lot of that heat from the fire and does minimal damage to the vegetables. Now here on this plate I have a piece of turmeric about that big that I cut up into small pieces. I use this bowl instead of my cutting board for the turmeric because it stains, and it's much harder to remove the stain from my cutting board than it is to remove from this bowl. If you can see it, what I did also was I added half a teaspoon of ground black pepper, which is a necessary combination for your body to be able to absorb what's available in the turmeric. This turmeric was also local. A few weeks ago I went for a walk in the village and I saw, oh, the power went out. Hopefully you can still see me because I don't want to stop filming. So that's in, and that'll heat up a little bit. And then the next ingredient is homemade sauerkraut. Let me bring it closer so you can see. I put it in here, I drained it and rinsed it a little bit. And it's a first time experiment for me making homemade sauerkraut. Really easy. 2 ingredients, green cabbage. You can probably also use purple cabbage, and salt. And you cut up the green cabbage as fine as you want it, and then you add the salt. You massage it for a few minutes. It releases a liquid, and then you put it in some kind of container. It's been 5 days. It might be early, but because I'm in a tropical climate, the fermentation is quicker and I don't have refrigeration. So first time experiment. Fermented food also is fuel for that good bacteria that's in your intestine. You might know it as the gut flora. And here I have 2 more jars that I will try over the next few days. Now I'm not sure if the rinsing it and the cooking it will damage the fermentation process. I'll have to check online next time I have internet. So that's going in and we're almost done. That will add a nice contrast of colors to the food. And I'm going to add 2 pinches of coarse grain pink salt. Give that a quick stir. Now because of the fermentation and because of the hot and humid temperatures, that's one of the main reasons why I am heating up this homemade sauerkraut. Just in case there are unhealthy bacteria that have also grown together in the jar, because that is something that I don't want to put into my stomach. And this heating process should neutralize any of those bad bacteria that may have grown inside the jar. So that's it. I am going to add one of my extra virgin oils after I turn the fire off. But let me show you. Hopefully you can see without the light. There it is. Sunday morning breakfast. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us on this new experimental food combination. There's going to be lots of different flavors. Every mouthful will be different. And you can add different combinations of vegetables. If you want, you can also probably add some kind of fruit. Maybe apple or pear would be a good combination. Or even some dried cranberries or raisins, I think, would also be enjoyable. So thanks for watching on this Sunday morning, and we'll see you really soon.